And we are live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us again. Wednesday Night Fish Talk. And today, special guest is Fuggin Fish. How you doing, bro?
Man, I've been to work today, framed out a deck, you know what I mean? I'm taking it easy now. I'm starting to feel it, so I'm getting ready I'm relaxing for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I feel you. Long day, huh?
A long day, man. I ain't been to work in I'd say a couple weeks, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I just, luckily I've recently just, with everything going on in the world, I'm lucky to even have the job that I got. So
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Well, again, man, thank you for joining us and being my guest tonight. I really appreciate it.
hey,
Um,
thanks for having me.
I love having smaller channels on my channel, especially a young channel like yours and everything. Because when I started, a lot of people weren't opening platforms, and I love opening my platform to younger channels. For us to check out what you're doing and show support, to each other. We're all in the hobby
Right on,
together.
right on.
We all don't keep the same type of fish. We could still enjoy
But
each other's.
we all have the heart for the same thing, if that makes sense. I think I worded that right. You know what I mean? We
Mhm.
all got we all got the same heart. You know what I mean? And that's what I do on my channel. You know what I mean? I make everybody a mod, and I promote people promoting themselves and promoting other people. You know what I mean? That's how we get our name out there, and that's how we grow as a family. That's just like that's my whole thing.
Now,
I'm always go
how
ahead.
long you had your channel now?
I started back January of last year, and I would say roughly I've had my channel going for, about a year now,
Just a
roughly.
year. How
Yeah.
bad? How you liking it?
I mean, a little backstory on me, I had a drug problem, you know what I mean? I went to jail. I did a year in jail and everything like that. I got out of jail. I started hitting the rooms and everything like that, going to meetings and to me, like I support people that do it and everything like that, but I feel like it's a cult. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a cult, and the only thing I took out of that was find a hobby, find something that you love that keeps you busy.
Hmm.
So I started with a beta, and MTS hit me real big, and now I'm running 8 tanks. You know what I mean? I got into the Corys, the Endlers, you know what I mean, stuff like that. I love it, man. I love it. I love the fish fam. Like I joined this family, and they welcomed me with open arms and everything like that. And I try to give back what they've given to me. You know what I mean? I feel the love. I just, I love it, man. I'm in it. I'm in it to stay. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? All my fish could die right now, and I'd
I
still
hope
be in it
one
to
was
love it, and
up.
I'd go buy. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
in it, man. I'm here. I'm here to stay. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, it's a fun hobby. It could be very addicting, especially when you get into breeding and doing stuff. So, did you open up your channel as soon as you started, or how long has been that you been actually keeping fish now?
I started fishing January, you know what I mean? Well, I think I'd say about midway into January, you know what I mean? I started with the fish and everything like that. And like it was just I got on YouTube and I just started doing a bunch of research. I think the very first person I started watching was like Father Fish, and then like it just grew from there. I started like Rose Aquatics after that, because she would go after him, and then like but yeah, just like as soon as I started keeping fish, I was kind of like hesitant, you know what I mean? Because I'm not like shy or anything like that. By far, I am nowhere near shy,
Hmm.
but I didn't know where it would go. You know what I mean? I didn't know like what to do. I had no idea what I was doing. You know what I mean? And I basically did it for help, you know what I mean? And people help me out a lot, you know. I connect with people outside of YouTube and everything like that. So like, yeah, it's like as soon as I guess got the fish, I started the channel, you know what I mean? Um, my name hasn't always been this. I think I started out as like John Doe, and
John.
then John Doe, and it was like super hard for people to find me. And then like I went to something else. I think I was like Kev's Aquatics after that or something like that. And then I was like, man, I need something that's catchy, something that's gonna stick in somebody's mind. You know what I mean? Something that's gonna like it's gonna stick. You know. So that's when I came up with this name. You know what I mean? It's
Now,
borderline like
what does it mean?
whatever you want it to mean, man. It's basically just whatever you want.
You're gonna make me Google this word now. What does fugging mean?
No,
Where you came up with this?
I don't know, man. I think I read it on like a vape juice bottle or something like that, or something, and it just like I was like, wow, that's catchy. You know what I mean? I don't know what it means. It's just it's a funny word to me.
It is. It is. We got Funk in the house. How you doing?
What up, Funk?
Chubbs, how you doing, Chubbs?
Hey, what up, Chubbs?
I hate stupid people.
Hey, Steph.
Thank you for joining us. So yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering. I'm
thank
like,
you guys. Thank you.
where the fucking fish came from?
Hey, you know what I mean? When I made the name, I looked it up. I was like, is something else going to pop up? And nothing popped up. You know what I mean? So, like, literally, if you go to my name and you put that in YouTube, I am the very first thing that pops up. That is why I did it. It's unique, it stands out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very easy to find. Like you could literally go in there and type it in with lowercase letters, you know what I mean, and it'll still pop up. You know, like it's just super easy to find. So that's why I did it. You know, it's unique. It's borderline like provocative, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? And it's just I don't know. I like it. Everybody else, I mean, there's some people that don't like it, but you know, hey, get to know me before you look at the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, since you've been in this hobby now for a year, what was the first fish that you bred? Now, or
The
have you been
very
able to
first
breed?
fish that I bred, I don't consider endlers because they just breed themselves. But corridors, my emerald green corridors were the very first fish that I was able to successfully breed.
Okay. What got you
Trial and
for it?
error. What got me into quarries?
Yeah.
I was doing research on like cleanup crews and everything like that. Like I know like I am the cleanup crew, but like I was just like looking into things that like could help me, you know what I mean? And everybody just, you know, every video I went to, that was like the one fish that I heard everybody talk about. And like I don't know, I just like it. It's cool, man. It's just a cool fish to me. I like it. Um and now I've moved on. I have the Venezuelan black corridoras, and I'm trying to breed those, you know. So I think that'd be super cool. I ordered those from Redfish Bluefish. At first, like I was like, man, that's pricey, you know what I mean? But then he was if you go on his channel, he does like, you know, he does a he'll do like what is it? He puts stuff on sale, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting out on my break one night at work, and he came up, and I was watching him and everything like that. And those happened to be something that went on sale, you know what I mean? And I was like, bam, I'm getting them, you know what I mean? It's now or never. So I have 3 of them right now. They're housed with my Hillstream loaches. I have them in a 20-gallon long right over here. So I'm trying to set up the 55 so I can move them out. And like in order for them to breed, they have to be in like a species only tank, You know what I mean? So like my emeralds are in their own tank because they're both from the Aeneas family or whatever. I'm probably butchering that name, but they will like interbreed, and I'm not trying to have that happen. Maybe later on down the road, you know what I mean? I'll let it go down and see what I get out of it. You know what I mean? I might get something real cool. I might get something that's like, whoa, what the heck is this? You know? But for the selling aspect, I want everything to be like, you know, pure as its own. Like, you know what I mean? I want everything to be like purebred.
What's up, Biz? How you doing? We got
Fishy
Rob's Aquatic.
biz.
Now, what else do you have?
I have Endlers. I have White Cross and Starburst Blues. I have Opistogramma Cockatoides Triple Reds. I have a Betta Fish. I have the Hillstream Loaches and the Corridoras. And Friday, I will have the Pygmy Sunfish. And I have snails and cherry shrimp.
Okay, you got some shrimp too. Okay.
Yeah. I did the
We got a
cherries
question.
because they're okay.
Aquafunk asks, "What's the goal and what is the dream?"
The goal is
Hmm.
to, you know, give people healthy, proper fish. My goal is to sell my fish. My goal is to maybe one day have my own store, or you know what I mean, or just have a big garage in my backyard that's like totally filled with fish tanks. My goal is to keep myself busy so that I stay away from the not so good things that I used to do. You know what I mean? My goal
Hmm.
is, my goal is to just enjoy it, love it, live life. You know what I mean? I don't look at my fish as dollar signs. I look at my fish as like my children. You know what I mean? Because like once you start looking at them as dollar signs, you lose the heart. You know what I mean? You lose your, I guess, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like you lose your mojo for it. You know what I mean? You just like you start disrespecting them and just looking at them as dollar signs, basically. You know what I mean? And I love my fish as if they were my own children, and my fiance hates it. You know what I mean? She's like, "You're always putting them first," and I was like, "Well, they will literally die if I do not feed them, or if I do not clean the tank, or you know what I mean? Like they're my children. Like I love them just like." Exactly. They're my children, man. I love them.
Yeah, I
I
mean, you
just
can
I
take
have
care of them, you can enjoy the hobby and everything, but two, I mean, you can make it. You talking about having a store? If you have a store, it's all about dollar signs, or you fail. You know what I
all right.
mean? So,
Maybe not a store, but like I want to have a garage or a building that I can just devote to all my fish tanks and like have an automatic water change system. Have that big air pump and just start running the PVC around the top and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I started watching LRB and everything like that. I kind of like envy what he does. His whole house is filled with it. He sells out of his house. You know what I mean? I kind of want to do something like that. You know what I mean? I want to get my name out there. I want to get my fish out there. Like, I want all my fish to be in everybody's aquariums. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get myself out there, man.
yeah, breed them
And
fish and enjoy yourself doing it.
yeah, exactly. Like my girl's into it to an extent. Like her favorite color is blue, so she's like, "Oh, I want a blue betta." So like that's where it's gonna start. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get her into it too. I'm not like pushing it on her or anything like that, but
Hmm.
like I kind of wish that she would get the same enjoyment out of it as I do. She's like, "Oh, I love looking at them after you've like cleaned the tanks and everything like that. Like I love looking at them, but I just think you spend way too much time doing it." And I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know. Like I got addicted to the live streams, you know what I mean? I pay for StreamYard now and I literally like I'll go live and just sit there and I'll chill for like 9, 10 hours on a live stream just chilling with everybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm hooked, man. I'm hooked. I love it.
What days you do? What days you go live?
Whenever. Now that I'm working, I'll probably do it on Sundays or the weekends or you know what I
Hmm.
mean, or I'll just cut my time down to you know, limited time. But dude, I every night for the most part, every whenever. I don't have. I kind of want, kind of like you know. What I mean, you go Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
I've been looking at like James Fish Room Fever's website. I'm trying to get like my name on there, which he said he would and everything like that. But I kind of want to do like a set schedule. You know what I mean? So I'm not just going all the time randomly. You know what I mean? I enjoy and I love all the people that show up when I do. You know what I mean? But like you set your reminder like days in advance and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like I think the most numbers I've had in my channel or in my room at one time was like 20 some people or something like that. But like I want to get to the point where I got like hundreds of people in there. You know what I mean? I don't want to get like aquarium co-op big to where like I can't read what's going on, but like you know what I mean. I don't know, man. I I'm not looking to get rich or anything like that, but I'm looking to just like be able to live comfortably off of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm still like you know like I've only been doing it for a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
So
still learning.
yeah, I'm literally I'm still learning and I will always learn, but like
Yeah, you will always.
I'm just I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm still I'm still fresh. I'm still wet behind the ears, man.
Mm. Now,
What got
what
you into it?
what got me into it? Oh
Yeah.
man, I've been in it since I was a kid. You know, we had tanks. We have always had tanks. You know, I've been around fish, dogs, all that. You know, animals, all that stuff all my life, all different types of fish. Yeah, I just been an animal lover just in general.
Yeah. Well, see, when I was a kid, I had reptiles and I
Hmm.
bred geckos and everything like that. Like it was snowing one year and I was like walking down the street with a shovel and his name's Andy. Guy came out on his deck. He's like, "Yo, you shoveling driveways?" I was like, "Yeah," and he was just like, "You know what I mean? Like, get to work." And he let
Hmm.
me in his house, and I just seen all these tanks of geckos, and I was like, "Whoa, those things are cool, man!" And he was breeding them and stuff like that, so he got me into it. So like, I was breeding leopard geckos there for a little bit as a kid. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I had iguanas. You know what I mean? I used to have this huge iguana, and like the house was his cage. You know what I mean? Like I let him free roam around the house and everything like that. I've had bearded dragons, snakes. You know what I mean? And I've had fish when I was younger too. I think I had like a betta fish, and I put him in a flower vase and like you know what I mean, let him swim around the vase and everything like that. But my grandmother, she always used to keep angels and stuff like that, and I still have her tank. She passed away. So you know what I mean, I've always had fish in my life too. And I have this 29 gallon that was hers. And like I said, she passed away, and I'm gonna set it up. I want to pick up some angel fish off George from Aquaballs, and I want to devote this tank to her. You know what I mean, in memory of my grandmother and stuff like that. And I want to keep angel fish in it.
That's my favorite fish right there.
Yes, yeah, angelfish are pretty cool, man. I like them too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
George has some
mine and my wife. We both
phenomenal,
enjoy angels.
right?
Yeah, my wife is big into angels. She has her big 55 with her angels and everything.
Right on, right on.
Our second fish is swordtails. You ever had swordtails?
I've never done that. I've never done that. You know what I mean? I don't like mollies. Uh,
You don't like
that's
the
a
mollies? Why?
that's an ugly fish to me, man.
That's wrong.
Hey, everybody's got their thing. You know what I mean? I don't like skirt tetras. I don't like well, there's a couple of fish that I don't like, but I'll probably have some eventually. I mean, I'm not saying I would never keep them, but like, I don't know. I like endlers. Everybody's into guppies and everything like that. Now, yes, I know an endler is a guppy, but to me, endlers are hardier than guppies. You know what I mean? Like, to me, an endler is a bulletproof fish, basically. To like that is a staple in my fish room, and I will always have endlers. And like I said, I'm trying to make my own color. Like my favorite tail is the spade tail, so I'm
Hmm.
trying to see how I can incorporate that. Like I've been doing research on that and everything like that. I know it all comes from the female and everything like that. And I what was it? My second favorite fish is the epistogramma. Like the epistogramma triple red reminds me literally of like a 1960s Model A with a flame paint job on it. You know what I mean?
That's a crazy way to explain the. Yeah, I like it.
I mean, literally, it looks like a flame paint job. You know what I mean? Like the
Oh
way it
yeah.
goes down into the fins and everything like that. It literally just looks like, I love them. And
What
like,
you think about platies? Platies are super hardy. Are you into platies?
I like platies. You know, I mean, I'm not against them or anything like that. They're pretty cool looking. I don't have the tanks for them or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like I could literally fit 250 endlers in a 10-gallon. I don't know how
Hmm.
many platies I could fit into a 10-gallon, but like I don't know. I got into the nano fish. I got into like I mean, I like my cichlids. Don't get me wrong. Like I like cichlids and stuff like that, but I don't know. I kind of just got into my nano fish. Like if I had a 300-gallon tank, I'd fill it with
Did we lose you there? I think he just froze on us.
go
He's
crazy
thinking.
in there.
There you go. I could. Now I hear you. How you doing, Big Renzo?
I like the
Well,
monster fish. Like
hmm
I like
we lost
the
you for a minute. You know that, right?
Yeah, I lost you too. Yeah. It was like I stopped talking for a second. Like you went out, I went out. I don't know what was going on. Like I like Big J's fish his swimming pool. And I really love that idea. And like I want to do that with endlers. And like I want to let my endlers go in there and just breed. Like I want to be able to dip my net in there and just fill it with endlers when I go in, you know what I mean? For like when I really start getting into the whole selling aspect and everything like that. Like that's another thing. I want to get like a big garage and I want to have pools in there with like ponds, you know what I mean? Like the pool pond idea stuff, you know what I mean? Like this summer I'm saving up. I want to get like 2 totes and I'm gonna take my I'm gonna dive into the tote idea, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get like not the 100 gallons, but like I'm gonna start small and get like the 30. I'm kind of digging like those 30. I think they're 33 gallons or something like that. Them 33-gallon stock tanks that you get at like what is that place? Ah, you get like horse feed from there and stuff like that. Tractor Supply.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, like I'm real
yeah.
big into plants too. Like my idea with my Venezuelans is
Hmm.
I want to black out the tank, you know, have the black Venezuelans in there, but I want to have all red plants. Like Priscilla, she sent me some Ludwigia repens, and that plant's like super red. You know what I mean? I went around to my local pond
Hmm.
yesterday, and I found like this really cool piece of driftwood. I'm getting ready to start soaking it and try to get it into my fish tank. I found this while I was like walking around. It was you know what I mean, sitting on the bank of this freshwater pond that I was running around, you know what I mean? I picked this
Oh
up.
yeah.
Um, eventually, who was it? GRB. GRB's been pushing me to do it. I live around water. Like I live in Delaware and I live right on the Indian River inlet.
Hmm.
And I want to go out and like also on my channel I want to go out. I throw a cast net. I catch my own bait when I go fishing and everything like that. And I want to get one of those harnesses where your phone kind of connects to the front of you and stuff like that, or get like a GoPro or something like that.
Hmm.
And I want to go out with my cast net. I want to just like, you know, I want to start like a native tank, you know, something from my area. And I just want to start a saltwater tank, like literally run the salt water that's in the bay out there. Like virtually it would be like free, basically. You know what I mean? All I need is the
Yeah.
tank and, you know, a filter to run it and everything like that. But I want to do like a native tank from my area and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think
Now,
that would be like super cool.
what type of fish do you want to get from your native area? You kind of got anything specific you want to grab, or just whatever you
No,
find?
whatever I find, really. You know what I mean? I don't keep saltwater tanks just because, you know, it's like super expensive, but like I want to go collect like live rock from my area. I want to go get like the sand from my area or the mud or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I don't know how I'm going to do it, but like, you know, it's an idea. And I
Hmm.
really think it would be super cool. Like throw some grass shrimp in there or, you know, I mean, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever I can get.
Hmm.
I like, puffer fish. I'm real big into puffer fish. Puffer fish are cool. I want to get a dragon puffer. I really like that. Bob from Kayla's Aquatics. He's got two of them. And
Hmm.
when he breeds his, if he ever breeds them out, you know what I mean. I think I'd like to get one from him. But you
So
know,
you like
that's a
dragon
freshwater.
puffer? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
dragon puffers are cool, man. And they're like little puppy dogs, man. They like run to the front and they greet you and stuff like that. Like every time he goes to that tank, man, they'll be laying on the bottom, but as soon as they see Bob, they're like bam, right there in the glass, like, oh, feed me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You throw me some
Yep, yep.
snails in here.
Yep, yep, yep.
So are okay, if you had a choice between African cichlids or New World cichlids, which one would you take over? Which one you prefer?
I don't know. I like the African cichlids. Aren't those like the apistos? Pistos are Africans, right? Or I don't know. I have no idea,
No?
dude. That's a tough one for me. I don't know enough about cichlids, man. Maybe New World cichlids. I don't know. I'm still learning.
You sound like you probably like more New World because you're into pistols, you into angels and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'd probably go New World, man.
yeah. Jack, you into Jack Dempsey's?
Yeah,
You ever seen
yeah.
Jack Dempsey's like that?
I like the like electric blue Acaras. The Jack Dempsey's real cool. They got like real pretty colors into them and everything like that. I think they're super cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
You like monster fish?
huh?
Are you into? Do you like? If you could have a monster fish, would you be into monster fish?
Oh yeah, dude. I'll have one. I'll have one. Like I like Big J's shovel nose, man. That thing's pretty cool. Yes, I do. I want like I do want a monster fish. I
Hmm.
do want a monster fish. You know what I mean? There eventually, like that's another thing. You know what I mean? Like when I get my big fish room and stuff like that. Like I want to do like that big pool pond type deal. And yeah, I do want a monster fish, man. I don't know what I want yet, but like I do
Don't know what you want,
eventually.
but
I
I was
want
about to
one.
ask you if you could choose one, what would it be? Like
Um,
one monster fish,
I'd probably have to go with an arowana.
Asian or
I
the
like.
regular silver iguanas?
I'd love an Asian arowana, man. I'd love to have an. I don't know if I can have them in my area, Like I think out here I can only get like the silver arowana or something like that, like the original arowana. But like I'm digging arowanas. I really like catfish. Catfish get real big. Um, there's
We
some
got Big
cichlids
J.
out there. I do like Oscars. I mean, I do like Oscars. Oscars are pretty cool.
They, that's a classic big fish. You know that a lot of people that's a very common fish. You know, you see in the hobby as a big fish
But like
that gets
I
mistreated, but
oh, it's very mistreated. But I want something that you don't see all the time. Like I would want like something that like, oh cool, like, oh wow, I didn't know about that until, you know what I mean? I want something that you don't see a lot of. Like if I were to do a monster fish, I want something that's like unique and different and you know what I mean? You don't see it a lot.
Biz says I went in looking for piranhas, and he said like why? I was like, 'cause they ferocious.
Like I know people frown upon like feeding fish to fish, but I would like to get a monster fish that I could feed my culls to, like
Hmm.
my bent spines or my you know what I mean, like ones that come out with broken backs and stuff like that. Like you know, it's what is it? It's like the food chain, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, circle of
you
life.
know,
Hey,
it's the
it happened
circle of life, you know what I mean? Like
in the
I
wild. It would have
do
happened to that fish because he was weak and he would not survive.
right. Basically,
So
like I
what's
would
wrong with that? You know.
there's nothing wrong with it in my eyes, you know what I mean? It's like I said, it's a part of
How
life.
you doing? We got
What
S,
up? What up, S?
Catfish Terry. How you doing? Thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
Catfish Terry. How's it going, buddy?
Now,
But
you said you got a betta. What type of betta do you have? What type of betta do you like? What's your,
I have a glow betta. I thought it was cool, like, oh man, it glows, you know what I mean? But like it's got a bent like spine in the back towards the tail, and I didn't know about the health problems that they get and everything like that. But I like the samurais, I like the dragons. Aqua Balls is actually sending me a really cool one. I don't know,
Mhm.
like I think it's a placard or so. I don't know what it is, but like I do like the I like the dragons, the samurais, the them giant bettas, like the wild types, and the giant bettas. I really do like those. Those are super cool. And like eventually later on, I wouldn't mind getting into like breeding them and everything like that, breeding bettas. I think, you know, just like with
Mhm.
the like I said, I don't consider endlers as like, you know, because like I said, they breed themselves. But like the Corys, you know, you got to watch your weather. You got to, you know what I mean? Like there's actually a science that goes into like that and everything like that. So like that's why I considered that like my first fish, you know what I mean?
Mhm. It's crazy. They got you, but you beginner. So I'm not big into the glow bettas. Like
I'm not either, dude. Like at first it was cool, but then like I don't know. It's still alive, you know what I mean? Like I'm not
I mean, you
gonna
bought
get
it. You got to take care of it. Yeah.
yeah. He'll live his lifespan out, you know what I mean? But George is sending me a fish. It was he said it was all blue, but then all of a sudden it like whited out, man. It's like all white now, and like the tail on it's real cool. It's got like the long flowy fins and stuff like that. It's super cool. I think mine's like a placard or something like that. I don't know. I'll
Oh yeah.
I'll show
Oh yeah. Picasso would
I'll,
change colors on you like that.
I'll show you it. It's in my garage, or in my garage. It's in my walk-in closet here. I got two walk-in closets in my bedroom, and like I gotta clean them out. I want to clean one out because somebody donated an RODI unit to the
Mm-hmm.
fish room for me. I've actually had a lot of people donate stuff. But I had a RODI unit donated to me, and I want to put like a 100-gallon stock tank in my one closet, and I want to fill it with RODI water. But he's where the heck is he? Or she? She's right here. Hold on, let me get her to come on. Come on, there you go. There you go. She just sits in the she sits in the closet, man. When I get my brine shrimp and I harvest my brine shrimp, I turn the little nozzle over here and I let a bunch of them go in here and she goes nuts over them, man.
I
But
bet
that's
she
that.
does.
Right here is, well, I'll show you a better color of these. These are the white crosses. Oh, she's getting ready to pop. These are the Starburst Blues. That's one breeder tank. And then right here's the Epistos. There's the I want to say that's the female. Turn sideways so I can see you. Yeah, that's the female.
Mm-hmm.
The male's hiding somewhere in there.
Have they bred for you yet?
No, I just got them. They're still too young.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent or sent. I just set this tank up right here. This is for the pygmy sunfish when I get them. They'll be here Friday. Jesse's sending me the pygmies, rabbit snails, and pearlweed. But these guys, I think these are my favorite Endler that I have right now. These
What type
guys,
of dope?
these are the white crosses. I got these from LRB. Where'd they go? They're like hiding from me now. Oh, here they go. Yeah, they're like a neon green, orange, and black.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like super cool. Oh, and I did the marbles on the bottom here. You can see like the what the heck? It's blue, but it's like I don't know what color blue it is, but yeah, okay. So my idea here was marbles, yes, but when pygmy sunfish breed, they do lay them on plants and everything like that, but they also sometimes scatter their eggs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea here was, if they scatter the eggs, they're gonna fall down into the marbles. I do a lot of DIY. So like I made my own lid here. I use the polycarbonate greenhouse siding and stuff like that to make my own lids and everything like that. I'm into like DIY filters and stuff like that, but like I'm real big into like the DIY, you know what I mean? I make my own moss mats here. This is Pilo moss or Pilo moss, however you pronounce the name. It's like a rare moss. I cut my own mats. I order the suction cups and everything like that. I don't do the stainless steel because I kind of feel like they're harmful to the fish and everything like that. There's one of the reticulated hill stream loaches that I have.
Mm-hmm.
They're really digging that. Those are the Venezuelan black cories that I have right there. And
I like those.
yes, they're like super cool. Give me a second. I gotta get more lights. I'm gonna show you. This is the tank This is like all my tanks I got for free. The tank that I'm getting ready to show you is probably like my favorite tank in my whole room and everything like that. Out of all my tanks, I would have to say that the one I'm getting ready to show you here is like my favorite. I love this tank. You don't really find them out there anymore. I think the company went out of business that made it. But like this is like my favorite tank right here. Like this one is like super cool. You don't find them. It's real unique. All right, here we go. I wish I had more plants for it. But like I got rid of my TV in my room. And this is my TV, man. Oh look, there you go. Oh, they kind of always run and hide, but this is literally filled with my emerald greens. There's one of the parents right back there. Here's one of the babies. There's another baby getting down on some Pilo moss. But like, I just watch them zoom around the tank all day. I think I got like 50 or 60 of them in here. And literally, that's like all that's in this tank right here. It's like overflowing with these little guys right here.
Corey's always pretty cool to keep.
Yeah, but you don't see this brand anymore, man. You don't really see this brand anymore, man. And I looked it up. It's like a $400 fish tank, man. It's the low lead glass. It's a 30-gallon cube. I really love the footprint of it, like how it's like wide open and everything like that. I'm in the market. I want like a oh, excuse me. Water went down the wrong hole. But I want to get like a centerpiece fish for this, man. Something that's not gonna pick on the cories and everything like that. Like, you know what I mean? I want to find like a cool centerpiece fish, man. And like when I got these cories, they were literally the size of like a pygmy cory. And I've grown them up, and now they're pushing like the female in here. I think she's pushing a good 4 inches, and the males are pushing like they're like see how chunky. Look at that, like super chunky. And I kind of want to get like I'm always up into the glass. Like the little ones don't run from me. But the adults are like constantly running from me and hiding and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of see them back there just chilling. But yeah, this is my favorite tank right here.
You gonna keep breeding those?
Oh heck yeah, dude! Yes, I am always. I'm gonna keep breeding these. I got to hook a couple people up with them. There's also something that I want to try. I do not know how successful this will be, but they say like the cories self-poison and everything like that. Like they'll poison and everything like that. I want to collect eggs, put them in a glass vial, and I want to ship somebody the eggs and see if they can hatch them. Like I'll put the instructions in there on what to do and everything like that. Like I literally hatch my eggs out in a coffee pot. I have 2 coffee pots that I've sterilized and cleaned out and everything like that. And that's how I breed mine. I breed them out in a coffee pot. Once they start wiggling and stuff like that, I dose it with peroxide. I don't use like that what's that thing they tell you to use for
Come on, methylene blue?
Yeah, methylene blue. I don't use that. I just use hydrogen peroxide to keep the fungus
Ben
off of
said,
my
Ben
eggs
said,
and
did you say
everything.
coffee pot?
Yeah, I literally I hatch my cories out. I hatch my eggs in a coffee pot, man. I have 2 coffee pots that I do it with. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Coffee
peroxide
pot,
works
man.
real good.
Yep. Peroxide does a really good job at like keeping the eggs from fungusing up. I can hatch my quarry eggs in 3 to 5 days. Uh, my like when I do it, um, like you know how like I don't know if you've bred quarries, but like they'll have like one really big clutch or whatever where like they'll lay like hundreds of eggs and then like you change your water again, and then like I feel like it's the leftovers that they didn't get out the first time, but like the little cluster, I just leave that on the glass and I let them eat that for like the extra protein and everything like that. Because for me, anytime I have collected the little clutches, I don't get any. They just all fungus over and everything like that. Either that or I'm not letting the males fertilize them or anything like that. But anybody that's ever collected eggs, quarry eggs, or anything like that, they gave me, oh, use a credit card. If you've ever used a credit card and tried to get quarry eggs, man, them things just scatter and go everywhere. I use this. It's a little
Scrape it off.
Tupperware. Yeah, it's a little Tupperware for like dipping sauces and stuff like that. Like if you go to work, you can put your dipping sauce in here and put the lid on it, whatever. But it's like it's got that edge on there, kind of like a credit card. And for me, I can get in there and I can collect up one whole glass. Like I'll get in there and get the front, and I'll go and I can literally get every egg in here and I don't lose any. I get every single egg in here. I'll bring it out, dump it in the coffee pot. Then I go over and do the other side, and then I'll go over and do the other side. And I do not lose any eggs doing it with this.
Hey, you gotta use what you got.
Hey, you know what I mean? And then the way I change my water so I don't suck any of the eggs up, if you look at your spray bottles, I'm trying to see if I can find a spray oh, this one will work. If you look at your spray bottles here, this tube inside of it,
Yeah.
it's got like a built-in like a plastic screen in it, kind of, you know what I mean? And then some of them, like this one, has the little feet that stick up a little bit. So like when it sits on the bottom, it sticks up. So what I do is I have like a bigger diameter. It's not exactly like airline hose. It's a little bit bigger diameter than airline hose. And I use that, and I've took one of these out of another one. It's a lot longer. Like it sticks up out of the coffee pot. But I'll put it in the middle of the coffee pot, and I'll just let it drain out the water. But like when it gets to the end, it'll pull all the eggs next to it, but it won't let them come out. It won't pull them out. You know what I mean? It won't siphon them out, and they're able to stay in there. You know what I mean? So like when I do my siphons, I don't lose any eggs that way either. So that's another, kind of tip trick that I can, pass on to the next guy. You know what I mean? I did that. You know what I mean? That's it works really well for me. You know what I mean? I change my water 3 times a day when I'm doing my quarry eggs and everything like that, and that just makes it super easy.
Biz said
And
that you're a dollar store genius.
thank you, brother. Thank you.
Hey, I mean, you got some people are very creative. Now, have you been recording this stuff?
Yeah,
Some of
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
DIY
yeah.
stuff
Like,
you've been doing?
yes, yes, yes. Like, where's it at? I've turned a pill bottle into like into a filter and everything like that. Here, I'll
You turn a pill bottle into a filter.
Now I know you said keep it PG. Tampons work in the aquarium hobby. Hear me out.
They
Hear me
absorb
out.
water. They absorb
No, I
liquid.
don't. I don't use that part. Okay. Now this little mini power head, it came off of a filter. I tried the ah, I tried the pill bottle. It would
Mm-hmm.
work, but it killed my fish. Okay. At the time, I didn't know that Corys can't back up. You know what I mean? They can't swim backwards. They don't swim backwards. And it had too much suction coming out of it. And like they went to go like swim onto it and everything like that. And they got sucked right into it. Like, and I woke up the next morning and like their little heads were, oh, it was bad, dude. I cried. I literally cried.
You
But,
sucking up Corys with the pill bottle.
this right here is the push tube. You know what I mean? It's the push tube, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But this, as you can see, it doesn't have a directional flow. You know what I mean? It just comes out and it goes straight. I used this. This is the push tube. I cut it smaller. I put an angle on it because I look at the one right here that I have in this, and it's got like, you know what I mean? It kind of pushes it downwards a little bit. But you know, to get my directional flow going, it like fits perfect in here. It's nice and snug. You know what I mean? And that's my my take it like a directional flow kind of. You know what I mean? I had it in the pill bottle. Like it worked. I filled the pill bottle full of sponges and everything like that. And as a filter itself, yes, it does work. Maybe for like bigger fish or something like that, or you know, fill it with polyfill, use it as a polisher or something like that. But I stuck it on here. You know what I mean? It works really good on this. So I just
Okay,
like, you know
you
what I
broke
mean?
down
I
a rubber sponge filter.
Yeah, so I kind of like I stick it on the sponge filter and I still hook it up to my airline so it blows the bubbles out of it so it actually adds the extra oxygen and stuff like that. So this actually came out of another filter that I wasn't too happy with its performance. And I was like, "Hey, what can I take out that's going to, you know, that I can utilize?" And I utilize this little mini power head right here. It's pretty cool. It's for like a 5 gallon or something like that. But I use it as like a polisher or you know what I mean? I hook it up to this and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay. You gotta. I like the DIY stuff that you're doing. You really gotta. I think that's your angle, man.
Who was it? Dead Fred said that he loves my mind because I can look at something and I look at what it can be and I picture it as like, you know what I mean? As a kid, I grew up tinkering. You know what I mean? I grew up taking things apart, putting it back together. Like I was always like, oh, how does this work? What makes it tick? You know what I mean? So I'm like super big into like the DIY. You know what I mean? I started
So you used to
watching
break a lot
Joey.
of stuff when you was a child.
Believe it or not, no, I did not break things. If you know, I'd make it work better or what was it? My dad came home one day and I had the weed whacker all tore apart. Like I had the motor tore apart. I had like I literally like I broke the engine down to like nothing. He's like, "You better put that thing back together and when you do it better work." I put it back together and he said it ran better than it did before I took it apart, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I have ADHD real bad. And like I don't know. Like I like taking things apart, you know, putting them back together, figuring out how they work and you know what I mean? I'm big into the DIY. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
you gotta
whole
start fugging DIY.
yeah, right? Fuggins DIY.
Yeah, you gotta start your own little series about doing just have a playlist just on your DIY stuff, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Trust me, people like to see that type of stuff, you know. And you being a smaller channel and you're trying to, you know, grow and I mean, you're learning, and we all learning, no matter how long you've been doing this and everything. But it's cool seeing the DIY stuff what other people come up with, because some of us don't come up with those ideas, but then we could learn from you guys that do that type of stuff. That could, have that
Right.
mentality. So it's pretty
Right.
cool to be get that fucking DIY going.
Yeah. Like I'm constantly, you know what I mean? I'm constantly taking stuff apart. I'm constantly like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'm always into making my own brine shrimp hatcheries and stuff like that. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? I'm in the process now of coming out with like, they came out with the Zis and everything like that, you know what I mean? But it's in the works. I want to make my own like DIY brine shrimp hatchery, kind of like the Zis did. You know what I mean? But I want to make
Mhm.
my own and like make it a lot easier, and you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
I want to patent and make my own aquarium product for people to buy. Like Dustin's fish tanks, he made that light. You know what I mean? He patented that LED light for growing fish, for growing plants and everything like that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I want to make my own filter or make my own hatchery, or you know what I mean, something like that. But later on, like, there you go. There's a dream right there. A dream of mine is to patent and make like an aquarium product for people that they will love and enjoy, and it works.
Yeah. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad, man. Create something new to help us in the hobby, and make a name for yourself for it, and be able to enjoy what you're doing. That's not a bad thing.
Right.
I
Right.
like the DIY stuff, man. I have to watch it for me to be able to do stuff. I'm just that type of person, so I like watching the DIY stuff, and that's how I can start. I get ideas, and I could, start building stuff, because I'm not good with wood, so I build these racks with just bricks and boards.
Yeah,
You know,
I've seen. Yeah,
some people, they're good at framing out frames and making these big old racks.
I
I
built
do it
this.
the simple way.
I built this rack right here that holds. When I put it together, I wanted it to hold two tens and two fives on the bottom, but ah, I built this myself right here. Like this. It's basically it's made out of all scrap wood and everything like that. But I built this stand right here myself. You know what I mean? Like I started out as it just held a 10-gallon, you know what I mean? But like
Hmm.
I was running out of room in my room. Like literally like I got this, I got those, that, you know what I mean? Like I'm running out of room here. So I was like, dang, how can I like utilize space but also like hold a lot of fish tanks, you know what I mean? It didn't work the way I wanted it to. Like, I can't really get my hand under there to change the water and stuff like that. Like, there's things that I could go back and change. You know what I mean? But like, it does what I need it to do. It holds the fish tanks. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's the important part.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like these guys are starting to breed out real big for me. Like right here, this is how I hold my pothos on my tank right here. Like I took a a net apart that I wasn't going to use anymore. You know what I mean? Like the net took a crap on me. So like this is how I hold my pothos in my tank.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I
Just on the
mean?
handle
Like,
of an old net.
yep, the handle of an old net, and I bent it and everything like that. You know what I mean? That's and it literally just goes on here like a hang on back. You know what I mean? It just
Hmm.
chills right there like that, Um, like here's another lid that I make myself right here. I make these lids. There we go. Ah, come on, man. Like, you see?
Yeah.
Like I make my own lids and stuff. That's a nasty green water tank. But yeah, man. And yeah,
Time for
so like you said, yeah. But yeah, like you just said, do the DIY and make videos of it for people and help people out and stuff like that. Like I started doing plexiglass.
hmm
And when I was doing the plexiglass, anybody that's ever done a plexiglass lid or whatever, they can tell you it absorbs water and it bows. You know what I mean? It absorbs the moisture and it'll bow. So like every time I was doing a water change, I was constantly having to flip it. You know what I mean? And then I'm just looking, I'm looking on YouTube, like, dang, what can I use to make lids and stuff like that? And I got the idea from like Aquarium Co-op or something like that, or somebody, you know what I mean? I seen the polycarbonate board, you know. When I
hmm
first bought it, it was only like I think 30 or 40 bucks a sheet. Now it's like 50 bucks a sheet. You know what I mean? But
They know
building
we're using
materials
it.
building materials went up. You know what I mean? Like like literally in my area right now, you can't find nails. You can't find nails anywhere. There's like one store right now that we get our nails from, but like, you know, anybody in the construction hobby can, or in the construction trade, like nails are like hard to come by right now. They're like a brick of gold if you can find nails. Nails are like, you know, hard to come by. Like building materials went up, man. Like 2x4s, lumber, all that, dude. All the lumber and everything just skyrocketed ever since this whole thing that's going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Well, man, we're gonna wrap this up because I really don't like keeping people over an hour. I really appreciate, people coming out and joining us for an hour. Biz said he just stepped on a nail. Ed said they'll mail you some nails. the
I have like been neglecting
the
chat
great
really
nail
bad,
shortage of
dude.
2021. They're
Yep.
crazy. Well, man, everybody, man, I appreciate it. I know you guys been having a good time on the chat and everything, and listen to me and Fuggin Fish get our fucking Wednesday night fish talks and everything. So, man, I appreciate it for joining us, and everybody have a blessed night.
Hey man, as always, never stop learning, smile often, and be you and true to yourself, guys. I love you all. Royal Fish, man, thank you for having me up here. If anybody else wants to grab me and add me as a co-host or anything like that or anything, I'm down, man.
Definitely
Just
check out the channel.
reach out to me on
Subscribe.
YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook, Fuggin Fish. You know what I mean? That's my Facebook now. I stepped out. I got a Facebook. You know what I mean? Come check me
hmm
out, man. And you know, as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you all, and just thank you for welcoming me into the hobby, man. And you, man, thank you for having me up here.
Yep. Come rock with Fishy Biz on Monday nights too. Everybody have a blessed night.